ahead and go through the costume and just basically tell you what we did, or what I did, and how much basically I spent on the costume for each different thing. First thing is the hat. Now this is the most expensive thing probably of my entire outfit. It was 30 bucks and I bought it from a Halloween store. I just saw it and you can go online and you can actually make hats out of, just real cheap, or go to the thrift store, you can make them out of boxes. Just look for those tutorials if you don't want to spend the money. So this is only because I just actually didn't want to spend time making the hat, but I really like it. I think it's a really cool hat. The next thing is actually my wig, and it is specifically a Mad Hatter wig. Now, if you do have shorter hair or curly hair, that might work perfect. You can also use a crimper, and you can use some just orange or orangish red hair color. You'll see these all the time. It's like $2.24 for a bottle. It's a lot cheaper after Halloween, so I always stock up in these on the day after Halloween. The eyebrows were actually the most difficult part to figure out how to do, or what I was going to use, or to find it. So instead what I did, let me show you, I actually used, yes, this is the stuff that goes in your pillow, batting, basically. It's polyester fiber fill. So this was, I think, they had a half off sale, so it ended up being like, I don't know, like $2 or something like that, which is an awesome deal for this, because I could probably use this for a lot of the other things, a lot of other costumes and things like that. So my husband just basically shaped them, and then the biggest, and then after that, then we just spray painted with this, which was very simple and it dried very easily. So that was a really cheap thing, and I have some for later costumes that I could use, or if I want to make a pillow, whatever I want to do. What I kept seeing for any kind of hair application was this spirit gum, which is the first time I've used this, and I was not impressed. I probably paid about $5 for the remover and this little tiny bottle here. You see, I use quite a bit of it. I don't know if you can see that or not, for just one application, and I kept putting it on, and I don't know if it was because I had makeup on or what the problem was, but it was just not sticking. And so I actually, which I don't know, I don't think you're supposed to use this on your skin, but yes I did. Tacky glue, the original tacky glue. My skin did burn a little bit, and I hope that my eyebrows are still left after I take these off. But what's next? Oh, the face. I actually wanted to do this video after the run so you could see how my makeup and my outfit and everything held up. This grease makeup is what I bought. This was probably, I think it was like $2.50 or something like that, and I still have quite a bit left. It was okay, and I kind of knew what I was working with when I worked this grease makeup. If you're doing a lot of sweating, it's just the application, it's $2.50. What are you going to expect? If you wanted to use the white eyeshadow, which I did on one, you can do your neck and your face and everything like that in the white. Shadows, I highly recommend, if you're someone that likes to do costumes, getting yourself e.l.f. is a really good brand that you can just have lots of different colors, and it's okay makeup. It's really cheap for the quality that you get, in all relatively speaking. On each eye there's different colors. One eye is like, as you can see, kind of a purplish, and then lighter in the middle of the eyelid, and then on this is kind of a blue, and then lighter, of course, and then underneath one eye it's kind of like a mauve-y, purplish fuchsia color, and then a orange color on the other side. And so this palette is really great because it had all those colors that I needed to work with. And then of course the cheekbones, I just did like a darker color here, and then the lips, you can just get a lip liner that has kind of like a mauve-y, dark, almost like a brownish tint to it. Just not really, I wouldn't do bright colors, I would just do kind of more muted colors. The eyelashes, you could actually use white mascara, but I had a hard time finding that, and I didn't have enough time to order online, and I couldn't find it in the stores, so at least not where I was looking. So what I did is everybody's got probably a pair of fake eyelashes, not that I ever use them, but I actually, and I know this is probably a strange thing to use, but I used whiteout on the actual eyelashes. The whiteout just made them super white, as you can see, and I didn't care how they looked exactly, just as long as they were kind of white. And then I lined my waterline underneath And then I had also primer mascara, which is white, but it didn't show off very much, so you couldn't really tell that my eyelashes were very white. But I did use that on the lower ones, and then just I lined in white on the waterline. After a 3-mile run, adjust my wig here, you can kind of see that, and you'll see the pictures. It did okay as far as holding up. It kind of looks kind of gross right now, but definitely this gives you an idea if you're going to be doing a lot of dancing or something with heavy activity, what it's going to look like. Moving on. Moving on down to the outfit. The bow. Now this bow looks horrible. This is probably my very least favorite part of the outfit. This is the part that I think I would do over again. The bow was actually a shirt that we got from the thrift store, and my husband ended up cutting it and making it into this. I was not happy about this. I think I would have spent more time on finding even more of like a silky scarf bow. And if some of you have seen what what the Johnny Depp Mad Hatter's bow looks like, this is not really it, but I was running out of time. Is you can see the spool thread loop. This is a very inexpensive thing that I made, and I was kind of proud of it. I don't know what I will ever use it for again. I don't think I can reuse the spools, but I took basically, you know how like you have those Walmart reusable bags? I cut the handles off the bags, and then what I did is I just hot glue gunned them in a big circle around. 24 spools of thread at Walmart. And I got like, oh, probably used 2 packs. They're $1.47, so that was really inexpensive. My coat. I went to the thrift store. Most of our stuff we got at the thrift store. I really liked this coat because it was like $8 or something like that, and it can be used probably for a lot more costumes that I have. And it also had some pockets that I could be able to put my phone in when I was running, which I thought was really cool. And then, what I did is I went to Joann's, and probably for $3 I got some lace because Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter. I just hot glue gunned it. I didn't stitch it. I don't know how to sew, and well, I guess I could say I probably could sew, but it wouldn't look very good. So yeah, I just hot glue gunned that in the corners, and I can show you guys that later as well, on the edges of the coat. As you can see, this is my pants, what I did. The Johnny Depp, he actually usually has more striped pants, but this is all I could find. This is the best that I could do. Now, you can see this is kind of funny, but what I did is I actually stapled it higher, so they do come down longer, but folded up the pants. I kind of have bigger calves, and so I folded them up. I stapled it higher. And then what I did, and I'm sorry, but my leg was hurting from the other sock. I was having a hard time finding mismatched knee socks, and so what I did, my legs hurt after running the 5K, is I just got a purple one, if you can imagine, on here. Don't mind my hairy legs and all that. And then the shoes that I got, which I actually didn't even wear. I thought I was going to, but I didn't want blisters. These were really cheap. I think they're like $3, and they're actually Vandalinos, which if you know anything about Vandalinos, good shoe brand, so I'll use these later. What I would recommend doing is going to the thrift store to get most of your items and just use your imagination. If you have an iPhone, just take your iPhone with you and then kind of get ideas. The fun thing about making costumes is it doesn't have to exactly be what the costume is. Some things I think are important, like for instance this bow, I definitely would have done over again. I think it did okay for the purposes, but definitely for me, it was the biggest disappointment.